Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringer's Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect, Ahlman, the builder and tinkerer of things, part of the cardigan collection. Charles wore a cardigan a little while ago. Now you're into the cardigan shit.
It's a great fit.
Don't hit on the cardigans. What's wrong?
I'm fucking with it. I love a good cardigan.
We should have a cardigan day.
We should have a cardigan day. Because you know what looks good? A cardigan with a cowboy hat.
Ooh. Oh, really?
It looks good. Makes you look like John Dutton.
Oh, wow. Oh, right.
Because sometimes he would
Can I ask this? What's the next evolution for you? If you have to pick another hat in a couple years, what's the next hat?
You know what hat I'm not going to get?
What? Peaky Blinders hat?
No, the Peaky Blinders hat is actually dope, but I can't pull it off. You got to be like an Irish curmudgeon to get that.
We need a more. I personally want a moratorium on those hats. I'm done with those hats.
You don't like them? No, I'm not doing the I'm a white man's nigga hat. Like that hat that the guys wear and you know that they married to white women.
Oh.
What?
You know these hats?
Yep.
The hat comes on like that. The dude, he's wearing like he's good. He's like 48, 47. Okay. He's in good shape.
Yeah.
And he's got the hat. And the hat with the
white brunch nigga hat?
White brunch nigga hat. It's
I don't even know what hat this is.
It's the hat. It's like I don't want to say specific names. It's not a hat. It's kind of a fedora.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna show you.
It's fedora adjacent.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you somebody wearing the hat. I'm not gonna.
One of these?
Nah, not
see,
quite,
that's
because the bill's flipped up in the back.
Yeah,
that's the Buena Vista.
What black brand are you trying to protect?
I'm trying to protect somebody. Okay? I'm trying to protect somebody. Okay, this is
No names.
Don't show this. That's the hat.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hat. You know.
That's I have 3 mixed children now.
I got that's the white man's nigga hat.
That's
all right.
tough.
And by the way, that guy is not that I just showed you. But when I see somebody wearing that hat around, it's like
in preparation for this, you want to know what hat you need? What do they call the Malcolm X hat? He has with the pyramid joint.
Hold on, I gotta show y'all a picture of a nigga in New Orleans I took wearing this hat.
What? Oh, right.
Why would you? Wait a minute. I got.
Is this pod friendly? Can this be shown?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think.
Let's not put him on blast.
Let's not air nobody out like that.
Damn. Wait a minute. Did I
put a smiley emoji on his face?
Did I get the photo? Oh shit. I don't think. Oh, here it is. Look.
Oh my god, dude!
Like you see him.
Oh, okay. Dick Tracy.
I was just talking to a friend of mine about the hat. That's the hat. That's
Carmen
that's
San Diego ass.
Like a Cam Newton. You got like a bunch of stuff in
there. Cam dress his shit up. You can't say that about Cam.
No, I'm not saying.
Because he got the whole. It's the whole fit though.
Yeah,
it's the whole fit.
All right, we can talk about Cam. That shit's.
You don't fuck with it. Okay, cool.
You want to say that in person?
Adeniran, you've got questions. He's got answers. Old Man Van, here the receding resurgent hairline, and Code Baby Chuck, the 24-karat closer. Together we are known as the Midnight Boys. We got the Midnight Collective working in the back. I saw Kai. Is Kai back there still? Kai left.
Did Kai tell you?
What?
My man coming to LA.
Oh, Kai's moving to LA? That's interesting.
Ooh.
That's interesting. That's going to up the competition around here. Yeah. Throw somebody new into the whole situation. That's going to up the competition around here.
About to get like Hunger Games up in this bitch.
You know might be, because we could consolidate. We could.
No!
We got Aleya. Jonathan X-Man Kermah back there. Also socials, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and Donald Trump's TikTok. Jomi.
Donald Trump's TikTok, Elon's Twitter, man. It's all, what's it called? Zuckerberg's Facebook, Instagram. It's cooked.
Our overlords.
Yeah, hey, keep following though. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, on all of those things. You know what's funny? It's like we're really tuned in to the fact that assholes run all of those things, as if assholes haven't run all of the things always.
They're just so public about it.
Yeah, it's shameless now.
It's Front Street.
Yeah. I feel like the rich people, they would fuck over our lives, but they're a little bit more tasteful with it. They we don't got to be so front facing with this shit.
I can see what you mean. We're on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can watch every Midnight Boys and House of R episode on youtube.com/@Ringerverse. Okay. Check out Captain America Brave New World coverage and House of R's deep dive. Check out our newest adventure, Ringer Quest. This is something that we're very excited about, Steve.
We, back in December, filmed a 3-hour-long campaign of D&D with all you guys and Mal and Joe.
Yeah. I think it's the top 3 most fun I've had here moment. In terms of
I'm so happy with that you guys had fun.
What an insane experience.
It was so much fun. I'm going to get my own dice. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Next week we'll be back. But on today's show, we are drafting the Blackest movies. The Blackest movies draft. Our commitment to February continues.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere else, people might be striving to make things less black. Not here on the Midnight Boys.
And also to the Midnight Writers and Midnight Mob, special thanks for like all the support, because we've been cranking out some ideas that might be a little bit weird, and they're locked in.
Yeah.
They're supporting.
People really, really, really loved the idea of the Black Infinity War.
Yeah,
recast.
Yeah,
it was really
they
great.
loved it.
They loved it.
Especially Dylan O'Brien as Black Panther.
It was a big deal.
No,
That's
it was a
Aleya.
huge deal.
Yeah,
That's all Aleya.
All Aleya.
That's Aleya right
When
there.
are we gonna get Dylan on the show?
That's a good question.
What's his new film? Twinless?
Twinless, yeah.
We should cover Twinless.
We should cover Twinless. Dylan, if we cover Twinless, you got to come on the show, man, even via Zoom, but more so in person so Aleya can get a hug. Aleya, would you?
All right, okay.
All right.
Aleya, would you give Dylan O'Brien a hug?
Can you guys like stop?
Oh, okay. See, she got. She's a little. Wait. But she's like a little. She was a little.
All right, can we get to the show?
Okay. Blackest movies. Spoiler warning for all the black movies. Oh, before we get to black movies, I got to shout out Lamorne Morris.
Yay!
Lamorne looked at our Blackest movies tally and he was like, I guess I'll take my accolades and go home, because he just won an Emmy. Now, I want to say something. We did not cast Ant-Man. But if we...
Lamorne is Ant-Man?
If we did cast Ant-Man...
I love Lamorne as Ant-Man.
If we did cast Ant-Man...
That's really good.
Lamorne is perfect for Ant-Man.
No notes.
Lamorne, I'll tell you right now, you're kind of the Black Paul Rudd.
Yes. That's like an insane comp.
That's a good comp. That's a great comp.
Or Paul Rudd is the white Lamorne.
Now, not to derail this
whoa.
podcast, but if we're going to cast Quantumania, who's the White Kang?
Hello, Ringerverse fans. I regret to inform you that due to the initiation of Deep Shadow Protocol, this bit had to be edited out of the pod. I know, I'm just as disappointed as you are. Thanks as always for listening, and the Midnight Boys, pew pew, we'll get back to you shortly.
We'll think about who the White Kang is.
Yes, that's a great. Yes, send us your thoughts.
Because that's good. White Kang, Jesse Plemons? No.
Ooh,
Wait,
whoa.
You just cooked right
Wow.
there.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons.
I love Jesse Plemons.
I like that.
If you were Jesse Plemons, would you be a little pissed that you always the most evil white man in everything you do?
Listen,
Nah,
if you got a talent, you got a talent.
He got evil eyes, bro.
Yeah, man. You know,
got
But he
evil eyes.
seems like such a nice gentleman.
That's
He
Mr.
does. You
Kirsten
can tell.
Dunst to you.
how was that profitable for Frito-Lay?
Even
Why would that be profitable?
when like in USS Callister, at the beginning, when it looks like he's the downtrodden one being treated poorly, I was like, something's up with that guy.
He's one of those actors whenever he's in a movie, TV show. I'm like, he did.
That's the guy.
Yep.
All right, spoiler warning for all of the black movies everywhere, anywhere. But Chuck, tell everybody what it is that we're doing and what the categories are.
All right, so a while ago, one of, I think, our most successful podcasts was the Whitest Movies Draft.
Yeah.
And in honor of Black History Month, we decided let's do the Blackest Movies Draft. But before we get into it, we were having a little pre-pod meeting.
Yeah.
And I think what's interesting is it was way easier for us to decide what a white movie is, obviously because white people, get a lot more chances at that.
Yeah.
Blackest Movie Draft, we were having a little bit of an argument. Now, you had a really good point. You said there are 3 things that you deem make something a black movie.
Yeah.
What were they?
Theme, audience, intent.
Okay.
Right. Actually, theme, audience, intent. Theme and intent kind of the same thing, but
No, I don't think so, because I think theme is a lot about is the story. Take Love and Basketball. That's a very black movie about an NBA player moving to suburbs, these 2 characters, black love, all that stuff. That's theme. The intent when you're marketing it is this is a movie that we're obviously marketing to black women, black men, anybody can see it, but the intent is a black movie. We were talking about Rush Hour. The intent is 4-quadrant movie, comedy. To me, it's a black movie. To you, it's not.
Rush Hour is not a black movie to me.
I think it is.
Okay, so also I would also say production is also how many black people are making this. It also leans into it being a black movie.
But a lot of the movies that we're going to draft that we considered black movies, a lot of times it might be a black director, but a white writer, a white director, a black writer. Like that's where we get a little bit, if we're too dogmatic. Most of our movies, it's not like up and down the call sheet, everybody was black.
I get you, but so what I would say to that, you're right. What I would say is, like, let's take a movie like The Color Purple, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you take The Color Purple and you look at it as an execution, it did have a white director. However, the person putting The Color Purple together is Quincy Jones.
Okay.
Right? And then you have Quincy Jones, you have Aubrey, you have all these other people. It's their vision. They hired the director to make the movie, right? Now, could they have gone with Bill Duke? Could they have gone with a bunch of different other people out there? Melvin Van Peebles or someone like that to direct the film? Sure they could have. Sure. But they got Steven Spielberg. Quincy Jones is very respected in Hollywood, and they got what they thought was technically the best director possible. What I would say is, if at the top of your production or throughout it, there are no black people. So it's one thing to have a white director, but black writer, black producers, whatever. But if it's like white director, white screenplay, white this, white that, and with a black star in it, I don't think your movie was necessarily made for black people.
But if that black star's performance became so iconic and became so beloved in the community that essentially enough people have kind of claimed as like, no, this is a black movie, I don't want to discount that as like...
I get it.
So let me propose this. I don't think we've ever done this before, but because this is going to be a little bit of a tricky one, if we're arguing too much, do we want to leave it up to a vote where you have to get a majority from the other Midnight Boys?
Nah, I think because I'll tell you why. I think pick whatever movies you want. And when we're talking about Blackest movies, let the audience make the decision.
So
on which one they think
we're gonna let the audience basically decide. The parameters for winning are who's picking spiritually the blackest movie.
The best blackest movies. The best blackest movies. So if because you did mention something earlier, I don't look at Rush Hour as a black movie, but I can see why people do.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how you look at it.
And I think that's going to be a lot of our superhero movies, where it's like, obviously I would say Black Panther is a black movie. We were talking about something like Blade. I could see argument either way.
I can see an argument either way for Blade. Like, I definitely could see an argument either way for Blade. Yeah. Black Panther is, obviously a black
But then Spider-Verse, we were all like, not a black movie.
I will say this, though. When you said that before, I disagree with you. However, Spider-Verse also has a black director.
Very true.
Yeah.
One of
the
three.
second one.
The second one, though.
Wait,
the first one did. The first one did
I thought
too.
the first was just...
I think Pete Evans was on the first movie as well.
He was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe.
So I think that they cared about that because, to be honest with you, and there's something else that we have to, we'll get into the draft after this. There's something else we have to be cognizant of when we're having this conversation. In the 80s and 90s, it wasn't as important for movies with black themes to have people be at the top of them. There was no way a Color Purple movie could be made, and Blitz directed the musical. There's no way a Color Purple movie could be made today with a white director. It would never happen.
Our conversations have changed about
precisely
how these things get made. Like, that is true. So I do think we have to have a little bit of
right.
leeway.
If Black Panther were made in even 2000, 2001, there's a chance.
There's a big chance it would have been a white director. They let Brian fucking Singer direct.
Brett Ratner presents Black Panther.
Ouch.
So it's a chance. But now you understand, and when you look at Black Panther, the reason why the movie works is because a black director and writer connects his own experience to a film, right? He brought a black American audience in by connecting the movie with to Oakland, by making Killmonger's themes so relatable to black audiences. Yeah. So that matters in the way we respond to the movie. Yeah. It's not just Black Panther doing this thing, a story from the comic books. It has directly to do with the tension that's felt in the worldwide black diaspora that you'd have to have a cultural knowledge and understanding of to convey that in your screenplay. So that's why that stuff matters when you're telling the story on screen.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Like with that, the rules of this are all simple. There are 5 categories. Let's see what they are. We have 90s hood, comedy, action, drama, wild card. We go in snake draft order. In the back, y'all, can you roll to see who goes first, second, third, and fourth?
There you go, Skittle.
I can't do this again. Christ.
Great.
Okay.
Start us off strong, bro.
I can only do what I can. I think. Yeah. Let me just go ahead and take it off the board. Going 90s hood. Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
Wow, I did not think that. I thought that was going to be in the first round. I didn't think that was going to be the first overall choice.
I mean, it's like, I don't want to say it's the black movie because, there's, so much. We're going to talk about so many movies here. But when you think about 90s hood movies, you think about Ricky. Like, the whole thing is Boys in the Hood. I'm going for
It's a strong choice.
Right. Very strong choice.
I
Very
like
strong
it.
choice. Gave us, rest in peace, the career of one of our best black visionaries,
John Singleton.
John Singleton, man,
Yeah.
One of my favorite directors.
whose legacy lives on right now. With Snowfall just ended, and there's a Snowfall spinoff coming. John
Wait, there's a Snowfall
really?
spinoff?
yeah, Snowfall.
I didn't know
spinoff
that.
coming.
Oh.
What's it about?
Am I supposed to
I
be
don't
talking
know.
about
Why
this?
did you just...
Oh.
You looking at me? I don't know.
Am I supposed to be talking?
Probably not.
Yeah, there's a Snowfall spinoff coming.
Come on.
Breaking news.
All right,
Shit.
all
Yeah,
right.
focus on Wanda's character. Yeah,
All right, great. Oh, wow.
set in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
no, there's early development. Yeah, they're talking about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's out there. It's out there.
It's out there.
He's
Okay,
straight,
cool.
straight.
All right, so this is actually, I'm going to go with what I thought was going to be the first overall pick, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to put it in drama. I'm going to do the Right Thing, Spike Lee.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
I was on the bubble of like whether I should place it in comedy or drama. But Do the Right Thing was like a transformational like film
It's
when
an
I first saw
incredible
it.
movie.
This was like a movie like weirdly. I think I either saw it on like VH1 or BET. It was transformational for a couple reasons. Race, obviously, Rosie Perez's titties.
You like
But
that? Yeah.
what?
Wow. No.
What?
Yeah.
This is not a sex positive.
This
No,
is
no,
very
yeah,
much a
yeah,
sex positive
yeah.
podcast.
That was- yeah.
Yeah.
But this is like, I think weirdly, I was so anti-Spike in the beginning because the first movie I saw as a kid was like Crooklyn, and I was like, this is not.
This y'all go. This y'all man. This y'all man.
No, Brooklyn it freaked me out as a kid. I was just
It's
like,
kind of, it gets a little surrealist at times.
yeah, I wasn't ready
Mhm.
for it. But like, Do the Right Thing was this movie where I was like, not only can a black director do something like this, but you can shoot African Americans in this hyper stylized way. The dialogue is among some of the best dialogue ever. It was just, it's one of those movies that like I had seen in bits and pieces, and you see the iconic moments, and it's the rare movie where the iconic moments like absolutely exceed your expectation of them. It's one of my favorites.
Have I ever told you guys my Do the Right Thing story with my mom?
Please
What's that?
enlighten us.
Never told you this. I'll be brief. I'll be quick. So, me and my mom are watching Do the Right Thing. It's maybe like 90, 91, maybe 90. I was like
Mhm.
9 or 10 years old. And we're watching a movie, and my mom, which I never forgot this, she struggles to remember it sometimes, but I'll never forget this moment. My mother, at some point, can see that I'm into Do the Right Thing, that I get it. I never in life did I have restrictions on what I could watch.
Wait,
Okay.
what age were you?
Like 9 or 10.
Okay.
I never had restrictions on what I could watch. I was watching Trading Places. I was watching,
Mhm.
the first movie I ever saw in the theater was Beverly Hills. No, it was Superman with my dad, but it was Superman 2, but it was like maybe Superman 3. It was Richard Pryor's Superman.
Seeing Superman 3 as your first film
That's
in theaters
crazy.
is
That's
nuts.
Yeah, it might be Superman
Man
3.
is old. Play the drop.
Yeah, but
Man is old.
my point is, no one ever told me you can't look at that. You can't watch that, like as a movie. It's the kind of things we watched that shit back in the Harlem Nights, all that. Anyway, my mother can see that I'm into Do the Right Thing. She sees that I'm into it, right? So I'm getting the movie, I'm understanding, and I'm asking questions. It's a very weighty movie, a very popular and important movie at the time. And she asked me, she goes, son, you know Mookie that he wrote and directed the movie. So Mookie, the character right there, he wrote and directed the movie. And I said to her, what does that mean? She goes, well, he made up the story of the movie. And on set, he is the one that tells everybody what to do. He's the boss. He's in charge. He tells everybody what to do. He makes up the whole movie in his head and while they're shooting the movie. And without hesitating, I looked at my mother and I went, they let black people do that?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom freaked. She goes, she kind of pauses and she looks and she goes, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. And I was like, oh. And I went back to watching it, but I could, like, even in the moment, even remembering it now, I don't think she thought that I had internalized limitation like that. I don't think she thought of that because we never had that. We never had that. I never got that from her or from my dad or from nothing. I never got it. It just became a thing. Like the authority figures that I saw around, a lot of them were white. And when she said that he was totally in charge and he had did that whole thing, like it took a split second for me to be like, oh, okay. And I went back right back to it. And it was a moment that I remember that because after that, every single movie that I watched that I liked, I thought I could do that. I thought it was possible for me to do that. Like I could, if things went the right way, I could be the person that made that. I could make Star Wars. I could make all of this stuff. I could do all of that. But before then, I hadn't had any concept of that.
But isn't it also like black cinema definitely goes through waves, whether it's blaxploitation, whether it's like Spike and the whole like, even UPN when you're seeing Martin Fresh Prince, where it's like kids do internalize. Or it's like if you don't see all this, if you don't see these people in magazines on TV, you're you just never see. Like only a couple years ago, do we get like a movie like Black Panther where we're like,
we can be the fantastical hero of a story.
We can make $1 billion. Like it's still very
people talk about representation as if it's this albatross to a functioning American society. Like it just drags everything down. But it matters.
It matters. It absolutely matters. Being able to see yourself on screen and be able to see yourself doing things that, you previously didn't thought could give you the knowledge or give you the inspiration to do stuff that you didn't think was possible.
It's such a con too. Like after John Glenn and them walked on the moon, a bunch of motherfuckers wanted to be astronauts. They wasn't thinking of that shit before. Representation of astronauts, motherfucker. Okay.
I would say they didn't think 3 Niggas and Steve could host a superhero podcast.
They didn't think we could do that.
And now we have a bunch of black
now
kids.
We cooking.
I want to be podcasting.
Now we cooking. So my first choice is going to be in 90s Hood as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the movie I would have taken #1 overall, even over Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
I'm going to take Menace to Society.
Fuck.
I'm going to take Menace to Society. So there is no doubt that it's going to be so...
Is it?
There's no doubt that Boys in the Hood is a bigger film.
Yes.
Sure.
It's a weightier, more acclaimed film.
Okay.
I think Menace is blacker.
It is. You're going to kill me when I say this. I like Menace more.
No, I definitely like Menace more. I think Menace to Society is a blacker film than Boys in the Hood. And it's difficult to articulate why.
It just feels it's something in your gut.
Yeah.
Something right here.
I felt.
Well, it's O-Dog.
It's O-Dog. It's Kane. It felt like the movie was just giving you a little bit more of a raw feel to everything. It was something that a lot of us connected to a little bit more. And that's not to take anything away from Boys in the Hood, but I just felt Menace was a blacker movie.
That's fair.
Steve, where you at? Very important.
Very important. I'll start in drama.
Okay.
For a high-ranking pick of mine. And I'm going to pick Training Day.
Okay. All right.
Was that not? Is that not?
I love Training Day. I love Training Day.
Is Training Day a black movie?
I don't know if Training Day is a black movie.
Now,
Training
Day was directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Okay.
That's right. Denzel.
Look.
No, this is... I've never thought... Denzel's in it.
Yeah, I've
black
never thought...
people love Training Day.
Yeah.
I've never been like, this is like...
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
I mean, look, you can have Training Day.
You can have Training Day.
You can have Training Day.
Give you Training Day.
I appreciate that.
You can have Training Day.
Okay.
Training Day is... You can have that.
Okay.
Black movie, I'm not so sure, but we'll let the audience decide.
That's
Well,
fair.
the audience is, I think, will probably be on Steve's side.
They might.
They might.
For sure.
All right, for 90s Hood, I'm going to go Juice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Juice is good.
Juice, I really loved the story of Juice because the second I saw it, me and Charles, big anime fans, I immediately think of Akira when I see that movie. And it's just kids being corrupted by the idea of power and the fact that they can have power over somebody and how immediately that goes to a young man's head. It's like incredible. And like Tupac's acting his ass off.
Yeah.
He's being
The blicky
crazy.
hit Tupac's head and that motherfucker turned into the top.
And he's crazy. It's
It's
so
crazy.
good.
But
Like,
you know what? Juice snuck up on us. We went in there, thought we were getting a run-in-the-mill growing up in the hood movie. And Juice is actually a psychological thriller.
yeah, it's really good.
You know what I mean? It's actually a
It's the unmaking of somebody.
right. It's actually like a lot deeper and more intense than we would have actually even thought, especially as Bishop begins to unravel.
Well, I laugh every single time I see it. When Epps closes the
And
locker.
he's just there.
Oh
And
yeah,
he's just there. I'm
that's
like,
a good.
He's
That's
like,
a good
I don't
all timer.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, also,
It's a good one.
man, that's a perfect example of a musician getting too deep into a role and you like,
Okay, I legitimately had this thought when I was thinking about this pick for this draft. It was like, if Tupac had carried on and if he was alive today, would we have known him more for a more prominent acting legacy or for his music?
Interesting. I mean, he was
Would he have
moving.
leaned in more
he
to
would have been
one or
Ice
the
Cube.
other?
you know.
He was moving into the direction of film so hardcore.
Yeah.
There were so many movies, even some movies that came out posthumously. I think he really enjoyed acting. I can't speak for Pac or anybody around.
Yeah.
But I think he really enjoyed acting, and the music was wrought with so many other things.
I feel like he might have gone like a Will Smith route where he like just leaned
Very
fully
possible.
into acting. And I thought that's incredible.
Very possible.
Could have, yeah.
All right.
You again, right?
No, he,
No,
had
he
two
got
picks.
training
I had
day.
two.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Training
You're
day.
right.
Where are you
Juice.
going?
Mhm.
Oh, it's Van.
Oh, it's me. I'm going comedy
I know what you're picking.
here. Oh, you think you know?
Oh,
You think you know which comedy?
I
I'm
kinda
Mhm.
feel- yeah.
It's easy for me. I'm picking Coming to America.
okay.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
think that was it.
Well,
I'm picking Coming to America. Now, let me tell you what. Coming to America, I'm pretty sure is a story by Eddie Murphy.
yeah.
I'm not sure if the screenplay was written by Eddie Murphy. Look that
Mm-hmm.
up. But to you guys' point before, Coming to America is directed by John Landis. That's not a black director.
Yes.
However, I can't think of a comedy to me that more encapsulates like a feeling of or a connectivity of blackness. Every single different part of the black experience growing up in an area is reflected.
Yep.
Yeah.
From the preacher man, from the talent show,
Yeah.
from
McDowell.
the
Yeah,
well-to-do black family against the like intra-community,
Samant.
like the whole deal, the Back to Africa thing.
Right.
That was a big deal at
Yeah.
that time. That has been replaced with endless diaspora wars, but
Perpetrated by you, by the way.
true.
Make
So
that
anyway,
clear.
not to be overly verbose, but I think when I look at it, that's a very authentically black film.
I was watching it this morning, and the thing that I was struck by is like, I don't know if we don't know how to make comedies like that, but it's like the rare comedy to me where I'm like, there's a funny punchline or like an iconic comedic moment literally like every 2 or 3 minutes. Like every second something is happening in a way where it's like, I think as like time has gone on, comedy has gotten a lot more subtle and a lot more vibey. And watching something like Coming to America like this morning, I was like, there's something to laugh at. There's something funny to laugh at.
Yeah,
Every single
that movie
fucking
is a joke
like
machine.
it never takes its foot off the fucking gas.
It's true.
It's a good pick. Now, my pick,
Yeah.
I thought that this was gonna go. I'm
Okay,
gonna put it
surprise.
in 90s hood. I can't believe it fell this far. I'm going with Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Mhm.
was-
Yeah.
Friday is another one. A lot of mine were like VH1, MTV, BET classics, and Friday was the one where I watched it endlessly nonstop. I also think I think you can make a case maybe Coming to America is funnier, but I think it is definitely of like the black comedies right. I mean, Chris Tucker damn near like that was
right.
So this is what I would say. Coming to America to me is funnier than Friday. I can make an argument Friday is blacker.
Friday's blacker. I also think Friday is a better hang movie where it's like
Yeah.
you can just put on Friday and you could pop in where it's like Coming to America. I had that feeling. I was like, no, I want to like sit down and actually like,
I mean, both of them do this thing where like, you know, it's like a real look, you know, as much as you can get in a movie. But Friday is different because it's really just Craig and Smokey hanging out on a Friday.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the whole thing.
Slice
you
of
know?
life. comedy.
Very much just like two dudes on a porch when like funny things happen around them. It's hilarious. It's I don't like perfect. Honestly,
I think it's a perfect
timeless.
movie. I watched it, I think, like a year or two ago, and what I was also struck by is I'm like, it's a deceptively really difficult movie to pull off because, to your point, so much of it happens on the porch. If Cube and Tucker do not have the tightest chemistry, it's gonna be
like
boring.
a very tightly wound play where like all these things have to happen in one setting, and then all of these characters need to project outward onto the things that happen to them in a way that's like very genuine, very funny, and really, really well executed.
And there's
also
so much on Chris in the movie.
Yeah.
It's just that is the type of star making vehicle. When we talk about we don't have stars anymore, part of the reason why we don't have stars anymore is we don't have star making vehicles anymore. We don't have movies that someone is allowed to just like take their talent and just take over the film. Right. And that's what happens in Friday, man.
Do you think we even give like comedians a chance anymore to be like, if they're like a popping comedian, we're putting you in a movie, obviously there's a script, we're letting you ad lib and just carry that, put the movie on your back. What's the last comedian?
Kevin Hart?
Yeah, I mean he's done it a bunch. But but what I'm saying is like, nah, we don't. Because the movies nowadays are a lot higher concept.
Yeah.
And being that they're so high concept, it kind of takes away from guys' opportunities to go in there and just do their thing sometimes.
Even coming into America, because it's not that high of a concept, Eddie gets to play 5,000 different roles.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's damn near like an SNL. Like, there's so many skits in it. Like, but yeah, Friday would be my pick. This is one of my favorite movies.
There you go.
Friday's good. I got two. You know what? I'm gonna try and game it because I don't know how other way to do it. For drama, I am going to pick The Best Man Holiday.
Okay.
Ooh.
Love
Best
it.
Man Holiday.
Love it.
Yeah.
I've
Shout
not
out
seen
Tay
this.
Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut, Regina Hall, Terrence Howard, Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long. Just a banger. I don't know if you've been online, you've seen that one meme, that one video.
Money.
Oh, that. Oh, that's what that's from.
You
Okay.
need some money.
You need some money. I need.
I've never seen this. I've never seen this.
Oh my God.
Gremlin, I was at Louisiana Tech when Best Man came out. We drove over to Gremlin to watch it because they was having this screening. Boy, was we cutting up in there, man. We was going nuts in that screening, especially at the end when Candy came out. Shout out Lyris Cross. Shout out Regina Hall, who was in that the first time we had seen her. The whole night, it was crazy, man. I don't know why. Why would you pick The Best Man Holiday and not The Best Man?
I know it's not to say it's pre my time, but
It's pre your time.
Holiday. Yeah,
It's for your time.
So you got another pick.
I got another
Joe.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna get this off the board while it's there for action. I'm gonna take Black Panther.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. We sung its praises 1,000 times here, but this is one of the first times where we get to see Black people do the superhero thing. And it took like 10 years since the MCU started. I remember I was on Reddit early and they were like, Ike Perlmutter doesn't want to make a Black Widow movie, a Black Panther movie because they won't sell toys.
Right.
All that stuff. And then the movie comes out and it makes
Sold
$1 billion
shit
and it's the biggest thing on the planet. You know what I mean? Like it just seeing that, having that moment. I mean, y'all seen a picture of me and my whole get up at the Black Panther premiere, man. We was cutting up for that. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously just a big moment for Black people and Black storytelling.
For sure. Who's
Damn.
next?
All right.
Chuck? The wagon?
Chuck Wagon.
I can't tell if I need to go with my heart or if I need to try to win this motherfucker. I got comedy, I got action, I got wild card. You know what? I'm going to try to cheat just to get it off the board. I'm going to go comedy. I think this could be in comedy. You know, I'm going to do Get Out.
No.
Wait, what?
Just not in comedy.
No, you can't Get Out in comedy.
I can do Get Out in comedy. What are you talking about?
No.
It's a cop. It's a funny movie.
Nigga, what the fuck is funny about Get Out?
They were like, I can
take it
count
a
like
wild
two- I can count like 2
Motherfuckers was
laughs
like,
in Get Out.
All right.
take it a- yeah, you can take it a
we
wild
watched a
card.
different movie.
Wait, I want to know.
Get Out
What
is
the
kinda
hell
funny.
okay,
Whoa, look, keep this
what's
like
funny? That's kind of okay. That's funny, but that's it's like also
It's
like,
terrifying.
What's
scary as shit.
all the fucking what's fuck? I'm blanking on his name. Security dude, best friend.
Oh yeah,
Lil Rel.
Lil Rel.
TS.
Yeah, I would have. But if I could, I would have voted for Obama. So it's like
A third
it's a
time.
funny movie.
So
Yes.
I would say that because a
It's a
movie
horror comedy.
has some comic relief, that doesn't necessarily make it a comedy.
Yeah.
But okay.
Get out of the
You can take it a wild card.
Fuck it, because you guys are it's fine. I'll go action, and because we're on the Ringerverse, fuck it, I'll take Blade.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this was
So
the
wait,
conversation.
you're taking Get Out off the table now.
Yes.
Get somebody else can get Out
Wow.
in
Okay.
action.
Okay.
Well, because here's the thing. Get Out's not my favorite Jordan Peele movie.
What is?
It's what really?
It's
It's not us.
It's definitely not.
no, it's Nope.
No.
I think Nope is a better movie.
Really.
Man, Get Out is so much better than Nope,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
It clears
No,
it.
and
It
this is
clears
nothing
it
like
a
Jordan
lot.
Peele is one of my favorite directors. I love Get Out. It is a perfect movie. There is an air of Obama-ness to it all that it's just like, even when it's poking fun at it, I'm just like,
I gotta be honest with you, man. I can't co-sign
I
this
can't.
one.
Nah.
I can't
Nope
co-sign
is
that
better.
take, my
Nope
man.
is
This might be your Age of Ultron equivalent.
I like Nope. Like Nope is I like the sci-fi elements of it. I think it's
No, his Age of Ultron would have been him saying "us" is better than.
Yeah, I don't
it's
even like
Nope.
Us.
It's Get Out. Then it's Us.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even like Us.
Nah.
I barely liked Nope, but it
I like Nope more than most people. I think the themes he was trying to get off in that one were interesting, and the fact that we didn't see the monster to the end, I think is like a hallmark of like old.
I like
monster
Nope better.
movies.
Nope.
I
just
like
a
Nope.
fantastically well-made movie.
Yeah, it's an incredibly well-made
and
movie.
And in the end, it all comes together.
It all comes
It's
together.
really
The
good.
Akira slide, come on.
Great.
Get Out is special
Get Out is
filmmaking.
No.
It's like the
Get
it's-
Out is the
it's-
more important film. I would even say it's structured like it's a perfect film.
It's like the Matrix of horror movies to me. It's like a completely dense movie, absolutely no wasted scenes, gets you in there with intrigue, then has a crescendo, then comes. It's like the Matrix of horror movies.
That's why I tried to pick Get Out.
Okay.
But I'm saying for my
You can
personal
still pick
taste,
it.
what I like in movies,
All right.
I just like Nope better.
I'm fucking with
Okay.
it.
Go
All right.
for it. That's all you, big dog.
It's me
That's all
now?
you, big dog.
Yep.
Yes.
I have just one, right? I don't have to.
You got
Just
one.
one.
You got one.
Okay. I'm going action,
Okay.
Oh.
and I'm going with the very first black action star ever, in my opinion.
Ooh.
The
Oh, I know
first
exactly what you're talking about.
I
successful
know.
black
Yeah.
action
Here we
movie. Richard Roundtree as
Shaft.
Nice.
a
That's good. That
cultural phenomenon
Mm-hmm.
and a movie that remains criminally underrated in its importance to film history.
Yeah.
Shaft. Shout out Isaac Hayes.
Here's the thing. Shaft is honestly the pick that you should have chose. I was thinking of winning.
Uh-huh.
And in terms of our audience, I know. I think our
I
audience.
with a certain
I gotta be
amount
true
of
to
the
myself.
audience.
I had Shaft on my list. Shaft is
I
definitely on the
I
list.
gotta be true to myself.
Shit, I had
That's not the-
fucking.
it's
I
also
had
the Sam
fucking
Jackson
coffee and shit on my
Shaft.
list.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a movie that we
No.
didn't pick right now that's
Maybe.
blacker than Shaft. I'm
I
talking about
agree.
the original
Yeah.
Shaft.
Yeah,
I agree.
1971. 1971 Shaft.
Yeah.
Steve, you got two?
Yes, I have two. Comedy action wild card. I am gonna go comedy. You know what? I'm gonna.
What? Where?
Okay, I'm gonna go action, and I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take. Set It Off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great
Not
choice.
I was not expecting that.
Great
Great
choice.
bank heist movie. So it was gonna be. So this is like I wanted to take a movie that Steve McQueen directed called Widows, but I was like, no. Let's go with the original, and then make that.
If you chose
Set It
Widows, bro, I would have been
That
like,
would've been-
like
I,
no,
I love Widows.
No,
I love that
like-
movie.
That's a Jordy LaForge. Yeah,
Beast-
Yeah,
Beast-
but no,
Beast-
Set It Off is really cool. Queen Latifah, Robin Banks. I don't think you can get better than that.
You guys,
That's a
I'm
really,
looking at
really
it
good
right
one.
now. Steve has a deceptively strong team.
Steve is doing well.
He is.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Steve.
For comedy, I'm going to take Boomerang.
Oh shit,
Eddie Murphy.
that's tough. Steve just fucked me clean over.
Man, you was rubbing
This
against that.
activist. No wonder.
He was
Is
hoping to
this
get
what you? Is this the type of game you spin with your Black Queens?
Listen, I love
Let's put on some
Boomerang.
Boomerang, girl.
Steve,
Shout out Grace Jones.
bro, I'm gonna be honest with you,
I-
bro. Juice Boomerang set it off. I think the only thing that kind of fucks you is Training Day, but at the same time,
You got
People
one more
love
pitch.
Training
You
Day.
can't hate Training.
Juice
Training Day's
Boomerang
great.
and set it off. Crazy.
It's tough.
Crazy.
It's tough.
Yeah, I love Boomerang. It's
Tough.
really good.
Okay. Who's up now?
You're up.
It's me. So I definitely for sure was about to draft Boomerang.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, I was gonna
Yeah.
draft Boomerang.
This was
I
great
sniped
strategy
it.
by
Yeah.
you.
Great
Steve.
strategy.
Without a doubt, I
Great
was gonna
strategy.
draft Boomerang. But since I can't draft Boomerang, I'm going drama,
Okay.
and I'm going Big Mama, your arm. Soul food.
Okay.
Big Mama, your arm.
I did not
In
think.
drama.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say just now.
That was not what
you
I
thought it
thought.
was Big Mama's house?
Yeah, I thought it was Big Mama's
I
house.
was like,
I was so worried, bro.
I was
for
like,
Big
yo.
Mama's
I
house.
was like, what?
No, Big Mama, your arm. Soul food, man. Soul food is an underrated. By the way, we need that rewatchable. Soul food
Soul
is
food.
an underrated.
You're doing soul food with Bill Simmons?
We should do it. We should do soul food.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Me, Bill, CR, and Sean Finnessy.
So that's like an
You know what's
inverse Midnight
crazy?
Boys.
What's crazy? What's crazy is that Sean could probably give it up about soul food. He was writing that vibe that whole time. I can see right now, soul food has a kinetic energy powered by the stories, morals, and mythos.
George
of the Black
Tillman Jr.'s
community.
vision is real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, soul food, man. Soul food, I'm talking about a complete Black experience, soundtrack, beautiful Black people in Chicago having their Black ass problems.
Having they black ass problems.
Black ass problems.
It's black
man. Sunday
problems.
dinner,
It's
the
not,
whole
yeah,
night.
it's not white people
Soul
problems.
food, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm wondering whether I never go with my heart. I'm trying to win.
Come on, man.
Actually, I love this movie. I don't know if, you know what? I'm going to go comedy.
Okay.
I'm going House Party, bro.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah, I'm
That's
going
good.
House Party.
That's
I
good.
love House Party.
The one with Kid
I'll-
and Play.
Come on. No, just what?
One of the, no.
Oh, no,
That was one
I
of
thought
our
you guys
original
were hating on
memes.
House Party. I was like,
No,
oh,
remember, I think one of the earliest episodes we
That
ever
was one of our
did,
earliest clips. Is
yeah,
when-
is you not knowing
No,
who
no,
Kid and Play
Van
were,
ta-
right?
Van started talking about House Party, and then Charles is like, "Wait, is that the one with Kid and Play?"
Yeah.
And then he
I
just like,
watched House Party.
Right. You pissed me off. but House Party, fantastic. Without a doubt. Like that is an all-time classic. Black as shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Black as shit.
The
Like I
new
said.
one didn't really.
All right, now.
What?
hey, Jomi, you got a night in LeBron James's house.
See, let me tell you what.
All right, pause.
Can I tell you what the problem with the new House Party is? And shout out to everybody involved. They did their best. But the problem with the new House Party is a problem that a lot of contemporary movies are having.
Which is?
House Party not about all that. House Party not about no celebrities.
Yeah.
House Party not about no cool people showing up to. That's not what it's about. House Party is about. It's a story about a young Black teen defying his overbearing father because they are in a situation where the dad is overprotective because the mother died. That's what the movie is about.
Right.
And that like theme is what makes a movie classic. Trying to take these stories and then dress them up and throw a bunch of spectacle in them. And it's the same shit with Space Jam. Like, Space Jam is obviously like about a fucking bunny playing intergalactic hoops against, but whatever.
Yeah.
But trying to dress these stories up and make them more than what they are, you lose the essence of what it is.
Yeah.
The new House Party, once again, shout out to everybody around. They did their best. But the new House Party, it felt like a commercial. It's not unwatchable, but it felt like a commercial.
So can I ask you this? Like, I feel this way about movies like House Party. Why have directors forgot how to like shoot like parties and shoot like people dancing and having fun? Where it's like every single new movie I see, I'm like, this don't feel like the 90s. This don't feel like people are actually having fun. We in the house, we grooving. Everything seems like it's just always like really corporate. And
Everybody's
just
got their
ugly
phones,
and
man.
just-
It's not. I agree. It's just I think sometimes they put too much on the directors. Let the director shoot a cool party scene and let the movie be a little bit. Let the movie be subversive of a little bit. Let the movie be a little bit dangerous. Let there be some conflict in it. Let there be all of that type of shit that's going on in the film. A little bit of danger.
I call it the Saturday night fever, where you just like you forget that shit is real. Like once you put that, like,
Saturday Night Fever feels like a documentary almost.
Yeah,
like, that's
Saturday Night Fever got some crazy scenes in that bitch.
Yes.
Like you go back and watch that bitch, I'm like,
yikes.
That movie might be canceled, man. Like
that's a 5-star movie to me. It's a perfect movie. It's just
Saturday Night Fever.
You like that?
It's a fucking
It's
fantastic.
I didn't know that was in your wheelhouse of movies that you loved.
Cool. Real quick, breakout. Like all-time Travolta. What's the best Travolta?
Shit.
The best Travolta.
Hairspray.
All right. That's be serious.
You whack as fuck for saying that. It's terrible. Your best. Everybody give their best Travolta.
It would be Saturday Night Fever for me. Easy.
Saturday Night Fever.
When I watched it, I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I was just like,
"Oh my god, Face Off! What are we talking about here?"
That's a good Travolta right there.
Oh yeah.
How did I not forget that?
We should have had Travolta somewhere. Travolta could play. He could be Kang. Let's see.
Oh wow.
Best Travolta for me.
Pulp Fiction.
I'm going Pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Pulp.
Grease,
I love Pulp.
Grease love, but Grease 2 is better.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm wrong.
oh wait, Grease? I forgot about
Grease.
I'm going Grease. Grease is the best. Steve's right.
Wait, no, if we're doing Rushmore, it would be Saturday Night, Grease, Pulp Fiction.
All right.
Face Off.
Face Off.
Face Off.
Face Off.
Okay, let's do it right now. Mount Rushmore, Travolta.
Broken Arrow.
That movie fucks.
Yeah, that movie's great.
Okay, we got a broken arrow. We lost a nuclear weapon. That was back in the day where you did a movie title and then you explained to us what the title means.
And it's like some cool military thing.
You like say it in the movie. Yeah.
But it's always like some cool military term name that we just like, oh no.
We got a backdraft.
Yeah. That's what it's when the
yeah, but okay, so
Get Shorty not on there?
oh, that's great Travolta. That's great Travolta.
But it doesn't knock any.
It doesn't knock any off
But
the
that might
mountain,
be my single favorite. Well, that's okay. So
It's Grease, Saturday Night, Pulp Fiction. What's the fourth?
I'd have to go Face Off.
Face Off.
Face Off over Get Shorty.
Yeah.
Face Off over Get Shorty.
Bro, it's
Face
took
Off.
Your face off.
It took his
Face
off.
Come on, man.
Took his face off.
man.
Cinema.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
Now hold on. Now I will say, is that more of a
we
kid
need-
show?
we-
Is
this is why
that
we
more of
need
a
a
kid
midnight
show?
movie
Yes.
club.
Yeah.
We need a midnight movie
That's
club, bro.
that's a Nicolas Cage club, like joint.
I'm
More.
personally going to put Get Shorty over Face Off, but I cannot hate on Face Off though. Face Off is that.
How did in the Blackest movie director?
We talking
John Travolta.
shit. You want us?
Wait, no, wait. Jomi's
I
up.
got 2.
Is this your last 2?
It's my last 2. For comedy, I'm gonna, shout out the Wayans legends. Don't
Nice.
be a menace to society when drinking your juice in the hood.
Fantastic.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
That's so funny. Message. That's something that's been in the lexicon since seeing it first time. Just a classic. Now I'm in trouble, right? Because I got my wild card. There are options.
Go with your heart.
Okay, if I'm going with my heart, New Jack City.
I'm
Great.
surprised New Jack
Strong.
City didn't get picked
I
earlier.
feel like that should have been higher.
Strong.
Well, I like
New
New
Jack
Jack City. I will say, in terms of like 90s hood movies, it's lower on the list for me.
It's fantastic.
It's a fantastic movie, though.
Yeah.
Snipes.
Come on now.
Snipes is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. It
And here's the thing, people. I think Ice-T's.
Okay, no.
He's okay.
Let it fly.
He's okay in it.
you don't think
Okay,
he's a good
it's cool.
actor?
No, I think he's a great actor. I think he became a better actor.
Yeah.
I just think next to Wesley, it just.
He was a force
It
of
don't look
nature
the
in the
same?
movie.
Yeah.
That kind of he was swagging his way through it, but I thought he was dope.
Is that movie
That-
a bit too lopsided with
I think
Wesley's
so.
performance with everybody else around?
I think Wesley's operating on
He's the star
such
of
a.
the movie.
Yeah, but sometimes he does. Like, I'm just like, damn, like.
Oh, that's his film.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are right to pick out
Mhm.
that he was
But
like
it's still a great film.
The
Don't-
scene in the courtroom, like if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. That's the stuff that means something to me, man.
yeah.
That's real.
Is it me?
It's Charles.
No,
Charles'
it's me. I
last
got
pick.
one more pick. All right. Damn. So I only got wild card left. All right. So I'm gonna be honest. I could go with more popular movies, and I will go with the more popular movie. My heart wants to say Drumline because that's my favorite. One of my favorite movies.
You could.
I love Drumline.
That's a black movie. My homie, shout out to Shay Tone. Shout out Shay. He got into music off Drumline.
That's crazy.
Bro,
You got into the drumline because
Bro, he literally
like,
like he's
bro,
a producer now, like Grammy nominated
Yeah.
producer because he
Drumline's
was
one of my
like he
favorite
saw
movies.
Nick Cannon do the
That's
drums.
so
He was
great.
like, "This is my life now." Shout out.
And I also have to say another pick that I'm not going with, but I have to just say, Baby Boy is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Baby Boy is such a
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's a fucking
Man, look. Hey, fuck your fort, little nigga. Baby Boy has. So people look at Baby Boy as a lesser Singleton, but I'm gonna be honest with you. With every passing year, Baby Boy becomes more relevant to me.
Oh.
The intergenerational dynamic in Baby Boy becomes more relevant.
Okay.
Old man telling a young nigga you're not really ready for the world. The hating ass Snoop, you fuck your fort, little nigga. All the stuff that's going on between Jody and his girl and the whole nine. Baby Boy to me
is
to me it becomes more relevant with each passing.
But here's the thing: when I say, because I'm younger, when I bring up Baby Boy, most older people are like, nah, it's not really that one. But because I saw it in reruns, I was like, dog, this is some iconic ass shit.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Jody. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wild card. Fuck it. I'll go Get Out then. But I love Baby Boy. I love You Got Served. I love Drumline.
You could have told. Well, you told me to go with your heart. Why didn't you go with your heart?
Because I'm trying to win.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That's your mission.
I'm gonna
That's
go
your
with
mission.
Get Out, but my real pick would have been fucking Baby Boy.
Okay.
This is tough.
I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone.
There's a
lot of movies.
There's a lot of meat on the bone.
Much out there, but it's tough because I want Spike to be represented on my list.
I'm surprised Malcolm X hasn't been taken.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that. I'm not taking that shit. I like that movie, but that's not the Spike movie that I would take. Like my very favorite film of all time. I have to take it.
Okay.
It's a Spike Lee movie. My favorite movie of all time. Can anybody guess what it is?
It's a Spike Lee movie.
Spike Lee movie.
He Got Game.
No, that would be great though. My very favorite movie of all time. Let me tell you about
is this new Spike or
old Spike? Spike in the classic era. Let me tell you about the perfection of this movie. I don't think there is a more perfect piece of black art than this film. From the music that's in the movie, to the performances in the movie, to the cast of the movie, to the actual theme of the movie. The movie is essentially about the battle between art and life, between the obsessiveness that you have to have in order to perfect your craft, and how that melds with how much happiness you glean out of your life. Spike made a lot of movies that are about these really, really lofty.
Are you talking about Bamboozled?
No, hell no. Spike made a lot, but that's a great movie though. Spike made a lot of movies that are about these really lofty concepts. And for this movie, he just made a movie about people dealing with their passions. Mo Better Blues.
Mo Better Blues.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Like Mo Better Blues.
Sure.
Like everybody at the movie, first of all, I'm sorry. As far as a cast of beautiful looking black people, ridiculous.
John Turturro.
Like, like ridiculous. Like everybody is like emanating.
Oh, Charlie
black
Murphy's
excellence.
in this.
Charlie Murphy's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Wesley Snipes is in it. Denzel Washington in it.
Obviously.
Cinda Williams is in it.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Joa Lee is in it. Giancarlo Esposito.
Can I
is
also
in
say
it.
Giancarlo Esposito, having like done some prep, just going back to other, that nigga was the evil motherfucking so
He was.
Oh man.
like dog, like even before Gus Fring, I kept forgetting. I'm like, dog, you was like a hating motherfucker in this one too.
But it's so funny because Giancarlo had his moment, obviously, well, his big time moment, obviously after Breaking Bad. But he was a mainstay in my childhood because he was in almost like
All the
every
Spike Lee
movie that
joints.
Spike would do in some different type of a way.
Is it? What does it say that we only for now? There's see my changes. We only have 2 Spike movies. The whole draft.
I don't know. I think that there's if first of all, it just kind of you guys are a little younger, so I don't know how much School Days and She's Gotta Have It and some of those other movies like mean to you guys. So by the time maybe y'all got to Spike, Spike did have a rough patch. You know what I mean?
I came up during the rough patch.
Right. So it's not that the movies that he was making were uninteresting. If you look at movies like what's the one with Anthony where he's trying to make her have the baby? Have you seen that joint?
What in the world are you talking about?
There's a movie with Anthony Mackie and Kerry Washington that Spike directed, and it's about the fact that Kerry Washington is a queer lady.
She hates me?
Is that it?
Does she hate me?
She hate me.
Yeah.
Kerry Washington is a queer lady who wants Anthony Mackie to impregnate her, but he then runs out of, he's having money trouble. So the way he starts making money is impregnating all of these queer ladies. And so it's an interesting film, but it was kind of like when Spike, in my opinion, got away from being able to like really take hold of culture and really express something to an audience.
Interesting.
And it took a little while for him to kind of get his groove and his mojo back.
Do you think it's not high and low, he changed it. It's highest and lowest. His new movie, how do you think that's going to be?
Not sure, but he's
highest to lowest.
Highest to lowest.
But
with
he is,
Denzel.
but he is. Spike is the man. Remember, he played around a lot. He did Inside Man. He did other things. He messed around a lot. But when he came out of his classic era, he kind of fumbled around a little bit with his storytelling.
I mean, Scorsese had a similar kind of like trajectory.
It happens to
They
them
all do. They all do.
It happens to them all. But that's it. I'm done.
Steve?
Last.
Okay. This is for my wild card.
But before you pick, I want to say, my white brother, I'm proud of you.
Proud of
Steve.
you, man.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of
Steve.
you,
I appreciate
This
that.
is what's the opposite
do.
of the Geordie LaForge Award?
Well,
I don't know,
Oh.
but you deserve it.
I
You came through. I thought, Steve, I thought it was going to be some bullshit.
Star
on here.
Trek, The Next Generation.
Star
Next
Trek
generation for only
Malibu's Most Wanted and some shit
Yeah,
like that. I thought it
that's
was going to be
great.
some bullshit on here.
I think this is probably the most from the heart one that I have, and it's probably like okay, like I watched a lot of Adult Swim, but to me this is like this might be one of the most quotable movies I might have ever seen in my life, and that's Black Dynamite.
Okay.
Wow.
I love Black Dynamite so much. Like if you want to talk about a joke machine, that like it sends me every single time.
Yeah.
I don't hate this.
I love.
I don't
Black
hate
Dynamite.
it. I will say that Black Dynamite is a black movie that a lot of white people love.
Yeah.
It's really
Because it kind of it's a parody of it.
It's a parody of Shaft. It's a parody of all those things.
It's a parody of
Superfly, all
yes,
that.
but it's a movie that a lot of
I don't
white
hate it,
people
though.
love. I don't hate it at all. It's funny as shit. And Michael Jai White, another guy criminally underrated and underused.
Yeah.
You know, also where it was like, because I saw a lot of these movies when I was a teenager and they weren't when I was coming out, I feel like we underrate how dominant Omar Epps was. And how,
man.
He was
like,
everywhere.
in every movie, I was just like, dog, fucking Omar was cooking for like good 10 years. I was like,
The
shit.
man.
Mm-hmm.
The man. But
then
that tells you though a little bit about like some of the roles that are available out there to black brothers as they're coming up on their ascent. They gave Omar, I would say that if I'm looking at Omar's career, there were a couple of movies that had those movies been a little bit more successful, it would have vaulted him to the next stage. One is a film with Omar, Claire Danes, and Giovanni Ribisi that was called The Mod Squad. It was a remake of the 70s show, The Mod Squad.
Wow.
And the film, that was during the time when a lot of these 70s remakes were coming out in film.
Uh-huh.
And
The
they
Italian Job, etc. Yeah.
The Italian Job, Mod Squad, Starsky and Hutch, all of these movies, they were coming out, the Charlie's Angels. Those movies were coming out and they were making stars out of people because people wanted to go see them. The Mod Squad came out and it bombed, and that would have been Omar Epps' if the movie had gone crazy, that would have been his step up out of what people consider to be black Hollywood, which there's nothing wrong with
Those
being
early
black Hollywood.
2000s remakes of 70s things were
But do you also think part of it is like what I started noticing is I'm like, for an actor like Omar Epps, like they just stopped making the movies that he was the vehicle for. Like it was just like after a while, like once you get to 2010s, I'm like, they not making this shit.
We went through a classic era of films, of black films to where we really entered something special, and it was The Wood, it was The Best Man, it was Love and Basketball, it was
I'm surprised I
Brown
watched
Sugar.
Love and Basketball so bad.
It was
There's a lot left on the board here.
it was all of those movies together, and there was a real momentum and like a lot of fresh, bright, young stars came out of all of that stuff. I'll even throw Players Club in there and all of that stuff. And then in the 2000s,
It's over.
it didn't come back until maybe mid 2010s when a new era and group of filmmakers started making new stuff. It was kind of gone for a little while. And the only person that was holding it down was Tyler, who it didn't get one movie on the goddamn list. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
bitches.
Wow.
So before we
Neither
read through our
Jeff, neither.
list, is there before we get out of here, are there any movies on your guys' boards that you're like, fuck, I didn't pick?
Yeah, there was a lot.
I mean,
I want to pick Paid in Full.
I was gonna say that.
Paid in
That
Full was
was
gonna be my other 90s, is one of my favorites.
Paid in
Creed
Full's
was there. Purple Rain was there.
Yeah.
You Got Served.
Yeah.
Oh,
Moonlight didn't get picked.
mm.
No.
Moonlight.
Belly. Y'all don't like Belly though.
I love Belly.
I don't like Belly.
You're the one who don't like Belly.
I don't like Belly. No, I like visually Belly is incredible.
This one was here, but like it would have probably been brought into too much question. Bad Boys 2.
I thought about Bad Boys. Like that was
Bad
when you
Boys
talk
was
about
in the
going
Men in Black.
when you talk about your heart.
Right.
I mean, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Like you can say like, well, Michael Bay directed the whole thing, but
Right.
same time though.
Bad Boys 2, though, that's 2 black leads. That's Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
That's like
No, I
can see
wouldn't
Bad
let you.
Boys.
Yeah,
it's in there.
But Moonlight's interesting to me because like I love Moonlight. Moonlight is a perfect movie. But for an exercise like this, I don't know how many times Moonlight is brought up in conversation because I do think it both.
Do you know why? Because I'll just be honest with you. Moonlight is as accurate a depiction of the black experience that you could have. It's just a black experience that people don't want to talk about.
It's painful.
It's just, it's a black experience that for whatever reason, people attach shame to. But when I watched Moonlight, even though I'm on record saying some things, but when I watched
La La
Moonlight,
Land was better.
Land, yeah.
when I watched Moonlight, I was floored, and it made me curious about people in my community that had that same experience and what their lives must have been like.
Yeah.
But there were so many people that were just turned off from it because they don't look at that as an accurate accurate depiction of black life, even though it is.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
And I mean, of all these movies, I'm like, I would put it next to any of them, not just in terms of like the movie, but how it's shot.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the most beautiful movies, period. So I think it gets a lot of respect when we talk about like cinema history in terms of the Oscars and everything. But when we talk about black movies, it's one you just don't hear people bring up as much. And I do think that that's kind of a tragedy.
Yeah. Also, a lot of these movies that we have on here, I mean, Menace and, you know, some of these other movies end kind of bummers. Moonlight is not an easy movie to watch.
No.
It is a tough hang.
No.
It's beautiful it's
hard.
It's a gut-wrenching film, but there is a tremendous amount of beauty in it.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't know, honestly, I'm just going to be all the way real, if people are still even ready to have that discussion about what it's like to be that young man, realizing that about himself, realizing, coming to terms with his sexuality that early in his life, and then there being a story about who protected him, who abandoned him, and the armor that he had to put on to get rid of his trauma. Like, it's just, like, it really made me take a step back and go, wow, is there anybody there who I could have jacked off on the beach?
So I didn't pick Hustle and Flow. ATL,
really
Roll
cool.
Bounce.
Okay.
All right, if anybody picked
I'm just trying
ATL,
to do a solid.
if anybody picked ATL, we would have had to have a talk.
No, ATL don't count.
I have
No, ATL count. ATL.
Y'all don't fuck with ATL?
No. I fuck with moments in ATL. I do. I fuck with moments. There's a lot of great moments, but it don't hold up over the course of the 90 minutes, 2 hours. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it in a while. But ATL is one of those fun ones.
No, it's fun.
What's that one movie? It's got Chris Brown, Michael Ealy. You mentioned
Takers.
Takers.
That used to like
That was an era.
Oh,
people love that movie.
I wouldn't have picked it because I'm just like, I don't even know if I like this movie. It was just on a lot. Fucking Barbershop.
Barbershop
is dope as
Barbershop
fuck.
is here.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, Barbershop
I've
is
seen
good,
it when
man.
I saw it when I was like 12.
Barbershop is
You
that's
saw
your city.
Barbershop was like a TNT.
That's your city. That's your city.
Yeah.
Barbershop literally like rewatchable. Like they was on TNT. Everything
It
was on there
was-
all the
Do y'all
time.
remember the era of movies towards the end of the 2000s where it was just like put a bunch of people in the movie, like Takers, The Losers, all of those
Yeah.
movies? Like put
Whoa, you mentioned The Losers.
you love The Losers.
The Losers is like
legitimately a foundational film for me. Dog, are you kidding me? I sing "Don't Stop Believing" just how Chris Evans does in that movie.
What a weird movie.
Love that movie, dog. I cannot believe they didn't make 100 of those.
Yeah.
The Losers is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
All right, let's read all our picks. All right, Jomi, You had Boys in the Hood, Don't Be a Menace, Black Panther, The Best Man Holiday, New Jack City. I had Friday, House Party, Blade, Do the Right Thing, Get Out. Van has Menace to Society, Coming to America, Shaft, Soul Food, Mo Better Blues. Steve has Juice, Boomerang, Set It Off, Training Day, Black Dynamite. Who do we think ran away with this?
I'm partial to Steve's team.
Really?
Steve, I think your team hits it out of the park with rewatchability and cool factor. I think Boomerang was a hell of a pick.
I needed a classic Eddie Murphy somewhere in here.
Yeah.
I'm most afraid of, I think, Van. Because I think both Van and I went for a lot of classic staples of, like these would be in your top 10, top 25 Black movies.
Man, Gordon Parks directed one of my motherfucking movies, man. Y'all can't fucking Gordon Parks.
Don't even know what that means.
See what I'm saying?
Don't even know what that means.
That's a shame, but Gordon Parks, man. Come on, man.
All right. We're
Yeah.
going to get out of here.
This was fun.
Hold on, wait. I don't think Gordon Parks did.
Oh,
Fact check. Quick fact check.
Fact check. I thought Gordon Parks directed Shaft. Who directed Shaft?
This is fun. What other drafts are we doing? We did White
No,
movie draft.
guys,
We did Black
Gordon
movie
March-
draft.
Gordon Parks did Shaft.
March, we have to do the sequel to the Whitest
Whitest
Movie
Movies
Draft
Volume 2.
in honor of
Boston
St.
edition?
Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's. Oh,
Boston
Whitest Movies
edition?
Boston edition?
Ooh.
Oh, how many Boston?
Boston
we
edition.
could.
There's a lot of Boston movies.
Oh, let's do a Boston movie draft.
A Boston movie
would-
draft
Would Bill be
We-
courageous enough to
join us.
join
Yeah,
us
I'm
for the
into that.
Boston movie draft?
Yeah.
I'm into that. We can also draft documentaries, like the documentary called "A Murder in Boston," which has to do with
Oh, no.
how
Okay.
a black man was unfairly blamed for a crime that a white man did in Boston because Boston's racist as fuck.
So how about
town.
this? We talk about that on the pod. We catch it out with Bill right here.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what we should do? This is what we should do. We should do a racist Boston movie draft.
Okay, we
A
can't call it
racist Bob-
we can't call it the racist. I don't think that, you know what I mean? It's not the
Because
This
I
is
was
the
going to say we should
Unwokening
invite
right
Fantasy
now.
on to do an Irish movie draft.
I like that too.
Banshees of Ear Sheeran, who, you know what I mean?
Banshees,
Yeah.
but even like movies with high Irish shit. Like
High Irish shit.
like A Clear and Present Danger, they up against the IRA in that bitch.
Right, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
Boondock
All
Saints.
right, really quick.
Uh-huh.
If we were to rank the white peoples, where like, Irish, Boston,
Okay.
The types
okay.
of whites?
Okay.
the types of whites.
Are you talking about
so
that? Or is
that
it-
are nice to us?
No, that
I think that should matter. That should matter.
to us.
Oh no, the Irish people in Boston kicking our ass, bro. Like,
Yeah.
hold on, bro. We can't.
Yeah.
we gotta be honest. The Irish people in Boston kicking the shit out of us, dog.
It's
don't
not
get me-
really.
You know, like, I sometimes fuck with Bill. and like in various group texts, I put stuff in there, bro. If you go back, everybody do yourself a favor. Go back and look at some of the video when they're interviewing Boston people about busing in the 70s. Just listen to the shit that they say. Like, just listen to the shit that they say, and they say it so.
All right, we are not doing either of these.
No,
drafts.
all I'm saying is Bill Russell didn't have anybody in the stadium when he got his jersey retired because he didn't mess with the fans like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's
That's
just a
all I'm gonna
fact, but things are getting better. Like right now, give you an example of progress. Right now in Boston, the average white family has $285,000 worth of wealth. The average black family has $8. So it's getting better. All right, that's a wrap.
We gotta verify those facts.
It's a fucking fact. Look it up.
What's your source? Trust me.
Check out
me,
our
bro.
Captain America Brave New World coverage, House of Ours Deep Dive. Check out our newest adventure, Ringer Quest. Steve vehicle. Next week, we'll be back. Our producers are Aleya, SOB Zenieris, Jonathan, the Black Spider Kermah.
Okay, stop. Could be the worst.
Jomi the Explainer, Adeniran on socials. Additional production from Arjuna Ramgopal. I want to say something real quick. I want to shout Arjuna out. I was in New Orleans all week, a couple of weeks ago. And Arjuna was really very helpful and really guided me through Radio Row. It was a fantastic
Let's clap it up
experience.
for
Yeah.
Arjuna. Get lost. Hell
Really,
yeah,
really
bro.
cool. Really, really cool. Shout out to Arjuna. Chuck, take us out.
Black movies are great. Midnight Boys love to laugh. I'm announcing now we are canceling the next Whitest Movies draft.
I flew coach.
You didn't like that. No, you didn't like
flew
that.
coach?
You did not like that.
Yeah, no, you didn't like
I already
that.
know you didn't like that.
I felt like Lewis and Clark.
That's how I know you want
That's
some
wealth.
rich nigga shit.
That's wealth.
Like,
wild.
like,
That's
God
wealth right
damn.
there.
God damn.
It was an
That's
arduous. It was an arduous,
Harrowing journey.
Oh,
I'm sure.
my.
harrowing journey. Man.
Oh,
What airline?
jeez.
Delta. So it was straight, but it was a harrowing journey.
Yeah.
My photo,
Would you
G.
ever
Did
fly
you
Spirit?
carry on? Do you
Huh?
carry on or you check bags?
I carry on.
Okay.
I got to the hotel real quick. I got to the hotel like late, and it was a self-check-in hotel, which I've never experienced.
Okay.
Those can be okay. Okay.
Well,
sorry.
they're okay if you have all the information you need,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if
yeah.
you know it's a self-checkout hotel. I was walking around hotels screaming for people. Somebody help me. Until I had to call a helpline. Arjuna was asleep. I blew Arjuna's shit up. Like, I called the helpline, and then they walked me through how to check in. And then when I got up there to my room, I pushed the door. Door was open.
You can't
Wow.
have that.
Door was wide open. I pushed the door.
Can't
Door
have
was
that.
wide open. Down there in the cut in New Orleans. But it's funny. As I complained a lot about the hotel and the flight, like busting Arjuna's balls. But then I looked at the rate for that room that I was staying in. It's by far the most fucked hotel room I've been in a long time.
Oh no.
That room was $3,000 Friday night. So
Oh, for the Super Bowl.
I
Yeah,
looked
they were
around and
jacking
fucking Donovan McNabb was in my hotel. We was all just fucking people were
yeah,
staying there.
Slight flex.
I'm just saying, people were staying there. So
Wow.
anyway, thank you, Arjuna. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you for humbling me.